Come on in the room, guys. And as usual, get yourself something nice and warm to drink or whatever your fancy. We have a hot topic to talk about tonight. At least it is for me. Had a few of us. Is this something that's crossed your mind? I'm sure it has. A lot of us in here came out of organized religion, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, Seventh-day Adventists, Catholics, Baptists. Every religion seems to think there is a chosen person or people. What does that even mean? We'll join C Love and I tonight as we watch this video by a young man, Bedell. You guys got to check him out. Amazing young man. Give me a second. I'm going to put another log on the fire. So beautiful here in Shambhala land. The retreat is being actively manifested. All right. Come on in here. And join you guys. Oh, and I forgot to put the little thing on there for Miss Sela. Sorry, my darling. I'm going to get in here and do that right now. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Thank you so much for showing up and showing out all the time. We have an exciting topic today. And let me get Miss C Love on here so we can get the video going. And then we're going to have a discussion about this information that he's sharing with us. Done. And it should show up. There we go. Okay, it's there now, Miss C Love. Thank you, darling, for being so patient with me. So hi, guys. How are you guys doing today? What's going on in your world? Oh, Candy's in the house. Hi, Candy, my sister. Good to see you. I was thinking about you Actually, I think about you often, but I thought about you yesterday and again today. Give me a call. Ashanti, welcome, my darling. There's Miss C Love. Let me get her on. add to stream. And Missy Love is with us. Hello, Missy Love.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Oh,
Let me turn
boy.
this up just a little bit. All right,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see. Ashanti, I was just saying hellos to everyone. Ashanti's in the house. She says peace, double peace. Thank you, Miss Ashanti.
Double
Tammy, hi
peace. Double
Tammy,
peace.
welcome. Hope all has been well with you. The music is so soothing. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, it's putting you to sleep. Okay, well, I don't want you to go to sleep. Next time we're gonna put some pep in your step. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Oh, Candy says, do you have the date for the retreat yet? No, we don't actually have a date yet, but it's coming. It's coming. So hang in there, guys. Christina Davis, hi Christina, and Tammy McGee. Oh, she says hello to you, Miss C Love.
Hi, Tammy. That's actually my nickname too.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, were you able to pull up that video on Vidal, Missy Love?
Well, I mean, I can pull it up. Did you want me to share it from
Yeah,
my
if you can
phone?
share it so we can go ahead and play it and everybody
Okay.
can kind of listen to it, and then we'll
Okay.
have like a little short discussion. So as we're watching the video, guys, if there's something that really resonates strongly with you, pop it in the chat. And or if something that's actually occurred with you, pop it in the chat so we can discuss that.
Okay. So you want me to go ahead and start it now?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, hold on here. So I guess I need to. How am
Oh, I
I?
thought you were going to put it on your laptop.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't show. I didn't. I wasn't able to do that connection, so I could show it from my laptop.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the when we were trying to set up Zoom, guys, so it'll be make it a lot
Now,
smoother and we don't have any glitches or whatever. But it's a work in progress. We're still working on it. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Larry. Welcome. Well,
now
I was
we
hoping that
can
we could.
do it from. We can do it from. We could have done it from Zoom, but you. I don't think you wanted to use Zoom tonight. Is that what it was?
Yeah, but is there a way that we can somehow link it to Zoom now? No.
What this? Um. ma- mm, I can pull up. You could
Let me
probably.
see something. Let's see. Private chat, no settings. Where would it be?
What, Zoom?
Yeah. How is there a way that I could possibly pull it in from here?
I'm just thinking, could you pull open Zoom and then just and pull up YouTube the video with the YouTube with that particular video on YouTube? So like you would open Zoom and then you would share the screen. What it's going to allow you to share the screen of that particular video.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Zoom and YouTube open at the same time.
You saw my eye go that way and the other eye go that way.
Let me
I'm not gonna be able to figure that out. But
Okay.
anyway, guys, did I put it in the description? I think I did put it in the description, the actual video from this young man, Vidal.
Yeah.
And he speaks about what it is to be a chosen one. Everybody's always a lot of people always talk about, the chosen race or the chosen people, or how do you know if you're chosen on one? And really, what does that mean? And he gave really a really in-depth discussion about it that I really resonated with, and I kind of wanted you guys to watch it along with me. Or if you haven't, if you've already watched it, if you have any thoughts about it.
Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button.
Let me
Well,
turn it
actually,
down.
you can just
This is
listen.
the
That's
video.
working fine.
So I'm trying to think how I can set it up and you guys can look at it.
We'll just listen to it.
because, you know, based on the
Okay.
principles of
Let's just
reality
listen to it.
in the system, everything is based on a psychological egregore, meaning that it creates behavior modification to
Real
where it
quick,
puts you
guys, give me a thumbs up if you can
psychology,
hear it
right?
okay.
Psychological external stimuli, which is learned behavior patterns in the brain, right? So these coping mechanisms put you in a state of dysfunctionalism to where you don't reap the benefits of tapping into your purpose. Because your purpose is connected to the four elements of the soul, which is thinking, reasoning, understanding, and willpower. And when you don't have those four elements of the soul, it puts you in a state of. On March 9th, 2022, our commander-in-chief signed.
See, love, it's fine. The audio is perfect. You don't even have to show the screen, darling. Let's just listen to it.
Right? So it creates this dynamical process of you having problems to adjust to certain things. You have low energy. You always in a state of depression. You know, that's because you don't have a sense of self-purpose, right? That's like I said, because 85% on this of people on this planet, they don't reap the benefits of their purpose because they have a emotional attachment to the three-dimensional frequency. They have an emotional attachment to people, places, and possessions, right? They have an emotional attachment to religion. They have an emotional attachment to food. You know what I'm saying? And even when you look at the biochemical aspect of food, when you're talking about the Food and Drug Administration, right? The reason it's called that is because, you know, the food in itself is actually a drug because it contains chemicals. So you're not addicted to the food, you're addicted to the chemicals, which is the drug. So, you know, everything in this system is based on nanogenetic mind control. And that nanogenetic mind control puts you in a state of disconnecting the soul, disconnecting the frequency of the soul from who you are as a person. So everybody on this planet doesn't reap the benefits of being chosen, right? So in order to deviate from the three-dimensional paradigm, you have to understand that sex doesn't move every man and money doesn't move every woman. So in order to reap the benefits of being with a true chosen one, you have to come with intelligence. You have to come with substance. You know what I'm saying? You have to come with a purpose. Because when you have a sense of self-purpose, you know, that creates this frequency of comfortability in your life to where you don't have chaos and confusion. A lot of people have a lot of chaos in their life because they don't have a purpose. So they're not being present in this reality. That's because they're being compromised by the artificial construct of reality, right? So as the planet is metamorphosizing, and as the planet is terraforming, you need to match the vibrational frequency of the planet. Otherwise, you're going to be a parasitical entity to the planet because you're not raising the vibrational frequency of the planet. That's what chosen ones do. We are healers, and we give out information in the form of edification to, you know, where people can tap into it as well, right? Because we are the energetic blueprint for those who are not able to tap into that frequency, right? So that's why I'm saying, like, in order to be chosen, man, you got to deviate from everything as far as like friends and family members, because this is the metamorphic shit that we're going through. This is where you get your personification of a great separation, and that great separation is orchestrated by the Great Awakening. So when you have an awakening on the planet, this is where you're going to be walking away from politics. This is where you're going to be walking away from religion. This is where you're going to be walking away from people who are still stuck on that three-dimensional frequency. Your girlfriend might be on that three-dimensional frequency. That wife that you've been with for 10 years, or that husband that you've been with for 20 years, they might be stuck on that three-dimensional frequency to the point where you're going to have to deviate from them because they're going to be holding you back. They're going to be putting you in a form of subjugation. So like I said, this is where you have the unification of all the soul tribes on the planet to unify as a autonomous body, right? Because common customs precipitates culture. In order to precipitate culture, you have to vibrate on the frequency of self-preservation, right? And self-sufficiency. But you cannot be self-sufficient if you're still acclimated to the three-dimensional illusion, right? So we're coming in a time right now, man, as the planet is terraforming, because I told you 2023 is the year of the 7-year tribulation. It's the inception period of it, right? So this is why the vast majority of people on the planet to connect with certain people online, and you're not able to connect with people in your geographical area. It's hard for you to connect with people in your town. It's hard for you to connect with people in your city. That's because you're not vibrating at the highest frequency. They're not matching the same symbiotic connection, right? And the reason that is because, like I said, you are chosen. You in that geographical area for a reason. This is why, you're around people, and you're the only one that has that high vibrational frequency. You're the only one that has that glow. You're the only one that can tap into the source. Everybody else around you, as far as your friends and family, they still stuck on that three-dimensional matrix system, right? They're still connected to the better simulation of reality. So chosen ones, like I said, you got some people, like I said, you might be the only one in your city that's chosen. And this is why you connect with certain people online, and you're able to relate to them. That's because, like I said, it's meant for chosen ones to be scattered all over the planet, right? Because we're in that geographical area to bring the edification and the healing and the information and the knowledge and the messages to help people come out of the matrix system, right? So that's why, a lot of times it's very hard for chosen ones to, connect with other people around us, because everybody is still stuck on that, on the frequency of having a psychological egregore, meaning that they're basically emulations of other people around them. So this is where I talk about like clones and everything, because everybody is a clone on this planet. Maybe not at a biological level, but at a neurological level, because they all have the same vibrational frequency when it comes to their way of thinking, right? So in order to be chosen, you know what I'm saying, to be chosen means to deviate from things from the vast majority of people on the planet are acclimated to, right? So we may be in the three-dimensional paradigm, but a chosen one is at a higher frequency. We are already in the fifth dimension mentally, but on a physicality standpoint, we may be in this three-dimensional simulated matrix, but on a vibrational frequency, on a mental level, we might be, in the fifth dimension, in the fourth dimension, right? So with that being said, get this message out there and use this and utilize this information for utility. Because like I said, to be chosen, you have to deviate, from the collective. Because if you stay acclimated to the collective, you're going to fall when the system falls. Because like I said, the vast majority of people on this planet, they have a veneration for money. They have a veneration for politics. They have a veneration for monotheistic religion. They have a veneration for people. And all these things are pulling on your energy. So this is where you get your concept of the left behind. It's either you're going to evolve with the planet or you're going to be left behind on that three-dimensional frequency, right? So when you have that open vortex that opens up on March 23rd, right after the spring equinox, this is where, a lot of things are going to be shifting on the planet. You're going to have a paradigm shift. You're going to have a shift in consciousness, right? So you're not going to be able to relate to certain people anymore. You're not going to be able to relate to your friends and your family members. Because like I said, this is the Great Awakening while we're going through this 7-year tribulation period. So with all that shit being said, get this video out there. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to give a brief synopsis and send a message out there for the chosen ones. End of transmission.
Thank you, C-Love.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if you guys could actually hear it clearly or not. If not, go back and listen to it when you have a chance. For those who did hear, did anything resonate with you at all? And I had it posted in there. Has anyone ever, because I know, has anyone ever felt like you were chosen for something, or you didn't really belong here, or you have some task that you're supposed to do, but you can't really put your finger on it, but you have this, like this feeling inside of you that there's something you're supposed to be doing here? Have you had anything like that, C-Love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't thought about it, going to the hall and everything. I mean, we had, they had that 144,000. What was it? What did they call it before? It's been so long now.
The
The
faithful and
one,
discreet slave, the
the
anointed
faithful and
remnant.
discreet. Yeah, yeah, that thing. I used to wonder, why were they so special? Like, why were they the only ones that got to drink the wine and eat the crackers? you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's when I was younger. And so, just, more recently, I say probably maybe a year ago, year and a half ago, I started following, certain people online. And one girl in particular, she was talking about the chosen. And she mentioned how the chosen are apparently we all agreed, made contracts, soul agreements when we to come here. And so we all have a mission. We just don't know. They erased our memories. Our memories have been erased. We don't know, but we're very powerful.
Yes.
And well, we know now because we are walking. You and I mean, of course, and some of you probably know now about your sovereignty, as well, and your power. So, which is why we came here. We came here to assist with the ascension, and to hold the light.
Yes.
And that's what we know now, but learning all this stuff, it's all like it was like crazy, like what is going on here, But
Hmm.
yeah, so I started believing it once I started, hearing more and more about it. Yeah, I started feeling something in myself that said, yeah, yeah, something, because it mentioned like having, going through chosen ones typically go through a lot in their life. They go through a lot in their life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, well, let's see. Shante says, yes, I've especially within the last year. However, I began my spiritual awakening journey in 2017. Yeah, and I hear a lot of people around 2016, 2017. There was a huge
Yeah.
awakening, a wave, let's put it that way, around that time. Around that time. But like C Love was saying, one of the main things that we need to do, despite whether, for me, I'm always trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, and what if we're just supposed to be who we uniquely are, and like you were sharing
Hmm.
with me earlier, was it yesterday, C Love? We were talking about just doing what we love and what resonates with us, um, and just
I have something that I'd like to share. I found an author who writes about 5D, and I just wanted to share some of that content because I'm looking at purchasing that book myself. So
okay,
let
please
me
share that.
can I share that real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, let me do that because let's see here. I just got to go to the website real quick here. Hold on here.
And how many XJ Dubs do we have in here? I see a couple, but do we have any new ones that we don't know of yet? Nancy says she woke up in the Kingdom Hall and never went back. Good for you, Nancy.
Okay, so the let me see. Okay, so this person wrote a blog. They are actually the author of Activating Your 5D Frequency. Her name is Judith Corvin Blackburn. She's got some letters behind her name, LCSW and DMIN. So she, yeah, so she does a writing apparently on 5D, I've noticed. But she said that I'm going to read this. Read this. It's not too long, but it has very good information. She said, by nature, we are fifth dimensional humans. This has been encoded in our DNA, which I never knew. 5D humans live from their heart's wisdom. They feel fully empowered and emit unconditional love and non-judgment for themselves and all others. From 5D consciousness, we know we are interconnected with all of creation. We live in vibrancy and joyfulness with ongoing access to unbridled creativity. This allows all beings to thrive. However, over the last 12,000 years or so, most people on the planet have lost their ability to connect with this. We have ended up operating on less than 20% of our full power. We have shut down 10 out of the 12 strands of our DNA and thrust ourselves into separation consciousness, filling our beautiful planet with cruelty, violence, and suffering. When we collectively shut our gifts down, we lost the ability to consciously create our reality. And thus we found ourselves living in a painful world, no longer self-sovereign beings. Now is the time to reverse this. Now is the time to step into our 5D frequency and embody our fifth dimensional nature. The more we do this, the less we can tolerate suffering of any kind, be it our own, that of other humans, or the suffering we have imposed on Mother Earth. As we reactivate our multi-dimensional DNA codes, we reclaim our lost gifts, which includes highly developed empathic and psychic abilities, and we learn to step fully into co-creating our lives with the divine force of the universe. Understanding our dimensionality gives us access to the workings of our universe, so we understand how the material world is formed, and therefore can create a higher vibrational world on our planet, much like the ancient Atlanteans did at the peak of their civilization. Our old world is dying. We can no longer tolerate the imbalance, which was created when the patriarchy banished the sacred feminine. Okay? All of us are being touched by the current transformative energy of death and rebirth. How we deal with these energies is key. Raising our frequency, i.e., the speed at which our cells vibrate, allows us to collectively hold an enlightened consciousness to birth new earth, to usher in a new golden age. But reclaiming this ability is no easy task. I mean, it's more, you want me to keep reading, or
That's wonderful.
it's about maybe 4 more paragraphs.
Yes, go ahead, please.
This psycho-spiritual process of raising our frequency, of becoming the 5D humans we are meant to be, is complex and challenging. The journey includes healing our emotional wounds. It also includes the ongoing process of identifying and integrating our personal and collective shadow in order to keep our emotional energy field clear. This is necessary so higher dimensional portals can remain open and we do not get stuck in duality in 4D. Victim consciousness sprang up on our planet since the dimensional descent, the real story behind the biblical fall and not Eve's fall. So it is rare to not be traumatized. Healing those traumas, which can include our experiences in this lifetime, other lifetimes, and ancestral pain, can clearly be a daunting task, but truly one that we are ready to take on. This transition is also asking us to let go of all that is familiar as we enter uncharted territory. And one of the natural 3D human responses to entering the unknown is fear. When we make choices from this fear, consciously or unconsciously, we resist the changes necessary to allow the old world to die away gracefully and the new one to birth with ease. If we don't identify this fear and resistance within us, we will see it reflected in our outer world. And so we see this right now. Light is shining into our collective shadow, bringing it to the surface. All the repressed anger, dysfunction, and hatred has bubbled up. It is showing us the suffering and brutality caused by our fear of the other. The shadow history of the United States itself is daunting. From the horrors of slavery to the tormenting of Native Americans, as we drove them from the land and attempted to annihilate their culture. From the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II to the ongoing systemic and generally brutal oppression of people of color, to the family separation policy traumatizing children and families that has occurred in the last few years. It is time to own up to this dark underbelly of our country, to name it, to apologize for it, to create a new structure where these atrocities will be both acknowledged and never again occur. It is concurrently time to own up to our inner dark underbelly in order to heal our emotional wounds, awaken our multidimensional consciousness, and step into our multidimensional potential in order to create a spiritually awakened planet. Our journey eases as we learn to go easy on ourselves, to unconditionally love ourselves, shadow and all. This is what keeps our shadow from getting projected out and harming others. The journey also eases as we accept and learn to deal with our inner resistances to change. We have been conditioned from birth to believe in our limitations and ultimately our powerlessness. We have been trained to see only a very small portion of reality. As we awaken, we will find parts of ourselves resisting this new enlightened way of life. Learning how to deal with these parts as they arise will quicken our journey and make it far more enjoyable. We also need to activate and empower our visions of how beautiful and loving our planet can be. Let yourself create these and see our planet filled with loving, spiritually awakened people, a planet filled with 5D humans. Let images of what it will be like when enough of us open our hearts and consistently honor our interconnectedness with each other, with all beings, and with Mother Earth. Imagine that every single person on the planet has their basic needs met, that resources are fairly shared, and we can all live in comfort, peacefulness, and beauty. See that every child born is welcomed, appreciated, and nurtured. Imagine each and every person being honored for the contribution they are here to make, whether something as simple as creating a beautiful garden or as grand as creating energy tools to heal all diseases that might arise. Wow. Give your imagination free rein. Remember, we have been programmed to believe such a world is impossible. So when your doubts show up, remind yourself that there is a much, much larger reality than you have been raised to believe. Keep paying attention to your heart, allowing the energy of the heart love to continually expand. Bathe yourself in this love, ultimately send to all beings on our planet. We are ready to activate those dormant DNA codes. We are ready to release the pain, suffering, and limitation and to create the life and the planet of our dreams. We are ready to stop living from the constraints of our minds and start living from the wisdom of our hearts. And as we do this, life begins to shift both incrementally and monumentally. And together we birth new earth, the planet we all deserve to live on.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was
Yeah,
powerful, Sela.
yes, it is very. And here's some questions real quick. I'm going to throw these out here. What excites you about the changes and challenges currently happening on our planet, and what scares you about them? How do you generally deal with fear and change? What old beliefs and conditioned responses keep you from fully believing that we can turn this world into a peaceful, just, and loving place for all life? What does New Earth look like to you? Can you see thriving, loving communities? How would it feel to live on such a planet? What gifts, talents, and or interests do you have that contribute to this transformation? Are you ready to share those with the world? If not, what steps do you need to take to become more ready?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of questions.
Yeah. So
But
I just wanted to throw them out because,
but but for
you
me,
know, maybe at
yes to
some
all
point.
of them.
Hmm.
Yes to all of them. For I mean, it's undeniable the energy. We feel the energy. It's coming from above and it's coming from below as well. And it's the energy is there, but I feel so invigorated as far as to in staying in that high love vibration,
Yeah.
staying in that beautiful high love vibration. We're here to bring in not bring in, but hold that light, to hold that light. And whatever our gifts and talents are, this is the time to let those shine. Be uniquely who you are. Connect with like-minded people. And that's what we're trying to do here, to set up a place, sort of like, I guess, like a retreat, our Shambhala, a spot where you can come and, again, having that core tribe again, like Bidel was mentioning, connecting with like-minded people. And it may not be people, in your area. You may have to connect with people outside, of your geographical area. And I think, as Bidel brought that out, we have been placed strategically in different places for reason. So wherever we are, hold that light, stay in that high love vibration, manifest the world that we want to live in. It's time for us to stand in our own power and remember who we are. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do have some JWs, ex-JWs in the house.
Let's see. I think I am Nancy. As a matter of fact, she said that I think she posted something that she said she woke up in the Kingdom Hall and never went back.
She woke up in the Kingdom Hall.
In the Kingdom Hall and never went back.
So
let's see. Ashante says, yes, I have, especially within the last year. However, I began my spiritual journey in 2017. Oh, I already read that one. Let's
I
see,
would
and
love
that's
to.
around.
I would
Oh,
love
she
to
said
hear.
that was about the time that she found my video. She said that her mom had joined the JWs, and she was trying to reason with her. Did your mom continue studying with the witnesses, Ashante? Share that with us. Inquiring minds want to know. Nancy, can you see the chat? See, love.
Huh?
Can you see the chat yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I am Nancy. Says she was thanking you for reading.
Okay. I thought I did it. I thought I thanked her, but
Oh, for so. Oh, it came. It went as me. That's okay.
yeah.
Whatever. Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Sacagawea's in. Sacagawea, feel free to pop in, darling, because I'd love for you to share some of your experiences of, about the anointed, and what your thoughts were about the anointed. And did you ever want to eat them crackers too?
Drink that wine.
And see what it tastes like? Yeah, I knew a couple of folks who said that they were of the anointed, and I would sit with them, and I would question them. I said, "How do you know?" And they said, "You just know. You just know. You know. You know." Yeah, but so maybe we knew too, because I knew that something was different. Because maybe I was the only anointed. Remember, I always say that I felt like watching the brothers and sisters in the hall shaking their heads and smiling and in agreement, and I thought that I was the only goat in the kingdom hall. Well, maybe I was the only sheep in the whole
How
congregation
about
of goats.
that? How about that? How about that?
Let's see.
But you know what? That reminds me of the story that I shared with you about Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Share that again, please.
Yeah.
For the group.
For the group. So,
Yeah.
Especially for Jehovah's Witnesses, because as a Jehovah's Witness, you weren't allowed to pretty much, as far as associating and, going out in the world, and doing stuff, you had to be very careful, right? And so back then in the 70s, we were going to concerts and clubs and dancing and all of that. We loved music. Mm-hmm. So Earth, Wind, and Fire was one of my favorite groups. And so when I was around 16, 17 years old, back around 76, 77, we decided to go to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert. And There's about six of us in the group, and so they did their, well, there was the first performer came out, which was really nice. I forget who it was, but then when Earth, Wind and Fire came out, they opened up, and they opened up and they were into their performance, and they stopped it and said, if there are any Jehovah's Witnesses in here, we need you to leave.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah. And so we looked at each other in our group and we're like, did he just say what we thought he said? We're we're teens, and
Uh-huh.
um but apparently um Jehovah's Witnesses messed up their vibe, you know?
Really?
And so they didn't like Jehovah's Witnesses at their show. But I couldn't understand it to save my life. But then I spoke with someone recently who likes Jehovah's Witnesses and who has awakened, and she said there are plenty of other performers there are other performers that request the same thing. They don't want Jehovah's Witnesses at their shows. So it turns out that possibly, like, people knew something way back then, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just didn't understand it. But now, having awakened, I can understand that maybe their vibrations were just so daggone low or whatever.
Exactly. When you just said that, it just dawned on me because, they function on guilt and fear, and it's staying in that mode all the time. It's very low vibrational. So yeah. So
Yeah.
walking around just
But
with a
but the
dark
but the good
cloud
but the good
over
thing about it
reflecting
is
their
there
judgment.
the good thing about it is there are good people there within that
Yes.
within that organization. So it's a the most high, the universe is all about hearts, you
Yes.
know. So hopefully, we're going to see an influx of JW's awakening. Can you imagine though? Because they're it's hard enough being shunned, right?
Oh, wow.
And then,
Yeah.
then and then with them awakening in their families, what that's going to look like. But
Yeah.
they're going to start awakening.
Yeah. And it just day before yesterday, I have to I'm trying to I needed a copy of my birth certificate, and for some reason I could not remember the date of my mom and dad's birth. I had it right, but I wasn't real sure, and the only one that knew it was my sister, who is still a very active Jehovah's Witness. And it was so sad, guys, because I had to sit there and agonize about picking up the phone or just texting my sister, hey sis, what's mom and dad's birth date. But I agonized over that because she can't talk to me, and I'm not supposed to talk to her because of this whole shunning thing. And it was so hurtful, and yeah, I don't even know why that came up, but that's something that recently came, that I had to deal with. And how shunning practice is so devastating, for some people. A lot of people commit suicide um, because of this shunning practice. And again, bringing it back into that low vibrational vibe, they have there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting. What's this? Shanti says the JW funeral was a horrible experience for me. They would not let me or my family participate in any way, and the overseer or whatever he's called gave the eulogy and didn't even really know my mom. Yeah, that's very
Absolutely. And that's classic, that normally
yeah.
happens because they want to downplay the person. They want to downplay that. When they want to put the organization on a pedestal, they use the funerals as a way of evangelizing, offering free home Bible studies at the funeral. It's pathetic. Yeah.
I am Nancy said, I'm 72 and spent 47 years in the JW. 47 years, Nancy? Wow.
Wow. You did hard time,
Wow.
girl.
Wow. So Nancy, are you awakened now, or what's the status with you? Are you, just, hanging out?
Yeah, I am Nancy. That's the one who's she's their stealth one, remember? She's the undercover one.
Oh, got you. Got
Yeah,
you.
yeah. She
Got
she
you.
just kind of got out of it, and yeah, I call it playing crazy to to get out of going to the meetings and stuff like that. But I think her husband is still very much in, so she has to kind of be incognito. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
she
always
says
good.
she says she had always hoped they would spill the wine.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh,
Oh, okay.
wow. I can remember those days. Why can't I have some? I want some of that. But now that I think about it, I'm glad I didn't. But
Yeah,
yeah.
mess with the with the wine. I never fully I still never fully understood that. Yeah. And there was always one that would drink, sip the wine and eat the cracker, but they weren't supposed to, and everybody was shocked and appalled. Do you remember that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, Nancy says funerals are for recruiting. Yeah. When my dad passed away, my father was so devout. Excuse me. You couldn't stop him from talking about Jehovah and the organization. And when his funeral, he had a lot of people there that came to see my dad, because my dad, he was devout in the religion, but he was such a wonderful, wonderful man. Like C Love was saying, some of them are just not crazy fanatics, but they're genuinely good people. And that was my father. My father was genuinely a wonderful, just amazing man, but he was just totally indoctrinated with this cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, at his funeral, as Nancy was saying, it turned into, just like she says, a recruitment, for free home Bible study. And granted, that's what it was, but sadly my dad would have loved that because he was so, into this religion.
He
Yeah,
was
and I
he
think
was
about,
very
when
into it.
I think about it sometimes. I bet he's looking down or at me on the corner, wherever he is, and
Yeah.
saying, "Wow!" And I'm like, "I told you, Daddy. I told you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She says, "Yeah, my husband is in. Yeah, an ex-elder. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But
wow. And her husband's an ex-elder.
an
Cool. So both
ex-elder.
both of them have walked away, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in though.
Oh,
Her husband is still in, but she says that he's an ex-elder.
ex-elder. Gotcha.
An ex-elder, but I think that he's still in. I think that he's still in. Yeah. But anyway, again, the what we were talking about today is the chosen ones, and exactly what does that mean. And for me, um, yeah, I can say I'm a chosen one without a
Yeah.
doubt. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a chosen one. I am a spark, one spark of divinity, of mother, father, God, creator, source, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I am chosen. We're all here, I believe, for some specific reason. Go ahead, C Love.
Yeah, I was going to say we're all basically chosen.
Yes.
You know, we all
Yes.
have a role. We all have a mission.
Absolutely. And
for
I know that's
being
going to
here.
step on a lot of, some folks' toes of, who believe that there's only one chosen, race of people or something like that. But I don't know, what resonates with me is I think there could be a chosen. How would you put that, C Love?
Put what?
Um, Instead of saying that there's only one chosen race of people, that um, being chosen is maybe the ones that are awakening to who they are, possibly. I don't know. You guys have any
Awakenings.
thoughts about that?
Um,
Do you feel
that's
like you're a chosen one, and how do you ascertain that?
that's a good point.
Yeah. Why do you think you're a chosen one? If you could put that in like a quick little sentence. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. That's I'm still thinking right now. Of
Tammy, is this Tammy saying me?
I think so. Well, regardless of what I guess what regardless of what, I think that we're, again, like C Love says, I think that we're all chosen and we're here to do something specific and unique, individual, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, as far as chosen is concerned, you're going to hear several in understandings of what it is, because we all come from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
However, as far as the universe is concerned, the cosmos is concerned, all of that, there were that number 144,000 actually is more than 144,000 that so many people um came forward to be one of the chosen, because there's going to be work. They need they've got people actually working right now and helping out. There's going to be a lot of help needed. You know, there's going to be help needed going forward in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
And
don't want to sound, you know, I just don't want to sound crazy right now, but because it all sounds, when you're first,
this is information that's just coming at us, and we're gaining more and more understanding or understanding every day. Um, the downloads or information or whatever's in the ether, whatever is happening, we're getting more and more information, and as we progress on this journey, there's going to be more and more understanding.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
there's going to be more understanding and more exciting times. It's just, this is a great time. We are actually in the midst of history. That's something that has never happened before on this planet. So this is a very exciting times, um, and so as we covered tonight, we have the opportunity now to live on a new earth. As former Jehovah's Witnesses, we've always wanted that, right? So now we have the opportunity to create it for ourselves.
Absolutely.
We just got to change our consciousness. We got to change the way we're thinking, though. So we can obtain that. It
Absolutely.
if we really want it, we can have it. I mean,
And we can do it.
yeah,
We absolutely can do it.
we can,
And
and
we are in charge of that. Again,
yeah,
it's time for us to step in our own power
yeah,
and make it happen.
yeah. I mean, I'd love to hear some of their view. Some of the viewpoints in the group, because in the chat, because you know, we've all heard different variations of Armageddon and what that looks like and what it's going to be, you know. So um we all know that we're at some kind of turning point right now, and it's like we say, it's a great time. It's nothing to fear. I mean, of course our world is full of fear, so we're working on no fear, right? We're working on that, and just really living in the now, living right, you know, present, being present
Right
in
now.
today, and just enjoying life, you know, and staying focused and present on what makes us happy. You know, that's the
Yes.
most important thing, you know, because we got so much going on out there in the world and media and for distractions, right?
Bingo, bingo. Well, we're on the same wavelength there. There's so many different distractions out there, and again, it's being purposefully done to distract us away from holding that light. So many distractions to pull us down back in that lower vibration, and we can't allow that to happen. And remember, we're here for a reason. Stay in that high heart love vibration and stay up, 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 up. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, we've been on here for almost an hour, see love.
Really? Already?
Yeah, already been here almost an hour.
All right.
Let's see. Nancy says he is really in.
Oh, okay.
He's really in.
Okay.
She says on
Okay.
Zoom he has on a necktie, shorts on the bottom, and I took a picture. You're wrong for that, Nancy. Oh,
Oh, that's
she
too
says
cute. That is too cute.
she says right on, girls.
Right on, right on.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys in the chat, do you want to share any of your thoughts real quick so we can talk uh, about anything that you want to share? Shanti says,
Thank you,
thanks.
Ashanti. Thank you,
Yes, thank you,
Ashanti.
darling. Thank you. Well, anyway, if nobody wants to, continue discussing it, go back and really rewatch that video with Bedell, because the audio wasn't that great, but and take a look at it and maybe leave some comments, um, of what resonated with you there. You have any closing thoughts, C Love?
Yeah, you know, like you said, keep our vibrations high. You know, there we're just really like focus on love and opening up your heart space. Just really being aware of just just your heart space, and being and practicing loving your you know yourself first, and loving your neighbor, of course, loving you know, God, all of that. You want to just stay in that space and keep being the beautiful souls that you are. You know, just focus on that. Spread love, spread joy, spread kindness, you know, all of that good stuff, and just stay in that space, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Ashanti asked that you can repeat the information about the book so she can find it. And are you speaking about the video from Bedell, Ashanti? If that's it, darling, it's in the description for Bedell.
She said the book I just read. I mean, the
Yeah, she says she wanted something information about the video and the book.
here,
So what book
let
is it
me,
again? Can you repeat the name of the book?
it's stepping. I'm going to copy it for you and put it in the chat.
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah. And
Yeah,
if
I'm about to buy this book myself. I just happened to run across this today.
Yeah, that sounds like one that I need to have in my library as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she wrote another one that I want to get. Let me get this one too. Waking up in
Yeah, so
5.
stepping into our frequency, 5D frequency for planetary transformation by Judith Corbin Blackburn. Okay.
And this one right here too. I'm going to post this one as well because this looks like a really good one as well.
Okay.
Okay. This is all going to be very important to study this. This is where our future is heading.
Yes.
It's no
Absolutely.
joke. And we've got a lot of people, how can I say it, which people are really into this whole fifth dimension reality now. I'm talking about folks who are in that space, like there's a guy named Joe Dispenza who's
Yes.
really I don't know if you guys have heard of him. Bruce Lipton,
Yes.
Billy Carson,
Yes.
all of those guys. It's any of the people on Gaia are definitely probably already living in that consciousness right now. They probably, they're practicing it. We're all going to, we're going to get to that frequency soon.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's imperative that we stay in that higher vibration, because as it shifts, as we're moving into that higher vibration, if you're in that lower 3D, you're going to get left behind. So we want to stay in that high vibration. So as the ascension happened, as it shifts, we shift right along in that high vibration. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's about getting an understanding of how to keep your vibrations high. That's why Monica says it all the time. Keep your vibrations high. Like I was saying, you're gonna, it's all about your heart space, and just how being good to your neighbors, taking care of loving Mother Earth, all the things that we used to do way back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Until things switched up at some point.
Yeah.
So
and
now,
that's what we're trying to do here at Shambhala is get back to the way we're supposed to live, connecting back to the earth, working in unison with nature, connecting with nature.
Yeah.
Ashanti says she's been doing a lot of shadow work. Good for you, Ashanti. Do it
Very
now,
good.
or you're going to have to be faced with it later. So good for you.
Very good.
Let's see. And Nancy says, I will watch that. She says, keep the vibes high. Thanks for the love. We love you too, Nancy. Indeed.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and close for now, guys. Again, stay in that high love vibration. Always keep your vibrations what, Seela?
Hi.
Till next time, guys.
You get me every time with that.
Tomorrow, we're interviewing the Soul Whisperer. She's going to have some very positive, insightful, high vibration information for us. So join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. if you can. And I'll see you guys later. Good night, everyone.
Good night.